Okay, so we are defend. That's funny, but we are defending. You want me to give you some tips on how to improve storm arrow usage and what you did as a team on first point, so you could have held it better. That's how I understand it. So let's see, 30 seconds.
Attackers incoming. Ready for battle.
So we have Bab Junk. Junk wants to put his trap up somewhere near the choke, and he's just going to spam out the choke. Orisa as well. Your team is playing a little too far forward for higher ranks, but for lower it might work. Bab can stay back and just heal the team for free. He can even stay inside the hotel on the right side over here. And generally your team comp is what is considered a spam comp. You just want to keep spamming primary fire down the main area where the enemies are coming from, and eventually some things are gonna die, and when they die you just kill the rest of the enemies. But your team comp doesn't want to be in the face of the enemies, especially not because they have Reinhardt and Mei, also kind of Moira, Mercy with the damage boost, and then Soldier for the spam. Reinhardt, Mei, and Moira, they can just be in your face and keep smacking. Mei has a short range, and Moira can heal everybody at the same time. Then with the Mercy damage boost, their enemy team comp is going to do a lot of damage. So keep track of the game time, because you have a 10-second cooldown or 12-second cooldown on your sonar. If you had saved it a little bit, you could shoot it somewhere over here, so you would be able to see what the enemies have, especially when there's like 30 seconds or 20 seconds and you're already on point. You can just shoot it over here, the enemies get ready by the door, and you know, oh okay, they have Mei and Reinhardt. I should play a little bit more safe and stay out of their range. But we shot it here, it's fine.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Yeah, just break the wall. You should always break the wall, that's a good idea. So at this distance, like you saw, your crosshair was on the head of the Moira, but look at where the arrow landed. Wait, did she... There it is. So it was actually a body shot. So at this distance you want to aim something like this to aim hit headshots. Just a little bit higher. It's not an issue, but as you play Hanzo you get more used to it. With his shield, Storm Arrow is really good at dealing with tanks and shields, and in case you hit a normal primary body fire, like a full charge left click, if you hit a full charge left click and the enemy is like in this distance, like this Reinhardt, then you can use your Storm Arrow and just spam them out to secure the kill. But in this situation with the Reinhardt shield, instead of shooting at him normally when he starts moving up here, you could just use your Storm Arrow and break his shield. So you see all the cracks in his shield. When the cracks start appearing, I don't actually remember the exact number. I think it's at 50% shield health. When it's like super cracked, it means it's about to go down. And if you break his shield, he doesn't want to push forward because he's going to take a lot of damage. But in general, right now, I think your whole team is kind of out of position. You can stand up here. You can also stand up here, just so you know. And you can also stand up here if you want. Just shoot them, and if they shoot at you, you can just fall down into your team. But with our team comp, we kind of want to stay back here, just spam them out, or over here and just spam them out. Stay safe behind the statue, but just something like this, just spam them out like this. But this actually happens because of your tank. This is not your fault, but you can play a little bit further back here to stay safe, because remember, your life is the most important. This is too close, but Reinhardt died. That's very nice. But he was about to charge you, and even if he didn't charge you, he would just run up to you and hit you with his hammer. So this is a little too close. I think your escape route should be behind this building. You can also, because you're a sniper, you can stand back here if they start pushing in, so you can shoot them in this choke, or you can go over here and spam them down this way. If they decide to push, you can just jump over here and go back here to safety. But this is map awareness. It comes from just playing the game a ton, so I don't fault you for this, because you are, as I remember, rather new. But nice kill on the Reinhardt though. Your Orisa dies, that's on her. Yeah. So this soldier, you could have used Storm Arrow to secure him, because you hit the Mercy, she was half health. You hit the soldier, he was half health. You could have killed both of them. You're also gonna get Sonar Arrow back rather quick, so don't be afraid, especially as a new player, don't be afraid to experiment with your abilities, how you can use them. Sorry. And figure out like what works and what doesn't work. So yeah, just spam this out with Storm Arrow. Since you still have it, you can just spam this out, do a bunch of damage to Reinhardt, because we want to farm the dragon. Yeah, this is fine. Fall back, because we lost 2 people, Orisa and now Brigitte, so we only have 1 healer. And you just saw this Moira, which means the enemies are already right next to this wall. So this is now dangerous for you. Aim a little higher. Yeah, spam out the Reinhardt. This would be a good time to use Storm Arrow. Look at his health. So his shield breaks, you shoot him twice, he was down to 50% health. So since he's so low, you could kill him, just spam out your Storm Arrow. But you could actually also be hiding in here as they come around the corner. You sonar there, so you know that they're coming. And then just spam them out with Storm Arrows or primary fire, that's fine. And then if they decide to look at you, you can run back this way and you're safe. But right now, our meat shield is back here. There's an enemy behind us, and we're 45 health. Yeah, 45. We're about to die here. I think their Mercy just tried to heal you. That's a little funny. So yeah, as for what happened the first point, since you asked what you could have done, when you started losing your tank and then your healer in quick succession, I would have started to fall back, because you could actually have done more damage and possibly killed some of them. Your team played in a way that's super out of position, but the thing about your teammates is that you cannot actually change them. They're gonna play in a super weird way, but if you are consistent and you are playing better than your teammates, the game is going to acknowledge that, and you're gonna get games with teammates that perform better. So your Baptiste, he's a support. He wants to be safe just like you. Him standing over here was very dangerous, and the enemy should have just looked at him and killed him. But you were low health, so they decided to go for you first. Both Brigitte and Baptiste shouldn't be here, because Reinhardt out damages both of them, but they might be able to stall for someone to come in. We just lost Orisa. But yeah, These two should be ready to get out. They should even have been getting out sooner, but this is low rank, so they're gonna keep fighting until they lose the point, which is fine. So what you can do is you can use them as bait, so you can farm your dragon, and if someone dies, you can go back in. But you could go up to the right here. See, your Baptiste is super out of position. Since you can see the blue square here on the ground, you can just throw your sonar like right here. Then you would see 3 people here, and you would be able to see who you want to shoot. Is that Sombra? Yeah. That was a really good sonar on the Sonic on the what's it called, the Storm Arrow on their Reinhardt. You're just poking him out, you're just farming your dragon, everything is fine about that. Here we're tunneling a little bit. Pay attention that the enemies might actually kill us. Yeah, especially because we lost our Baptiste. This area is very dangerous for us. You can wall run up here. Look at this. This goes back to the high ground that I told you about. So if you go up here, oh, sorry, you can just shoot at them from this window, or walk over here and shoot at them from this window. If you want to drop, you can go back to your team this way. But now that they are here, we can use this opportunity to walk out this way. We can even go even deeper and go like all the way back this way. So yeah, that comes from just experimenting with the map, just exploring and going sightseeing. But we have a dragon, so we did our purpose, and you see, you got it in 2.5 minutes, so that's super good. But you can kind of split up a fight into 3 or 4 phases. So the beginning is the poke phase. That's when you just throw out a bunch of damage. You don't want to die in the poke phase, because if you're attacking, that slows down your team. If you're defending, that gives a massive chance for the enemies to win. But what you can do is kind of let me use this as an example. So if there's an enemy over there, we stand like this, we shoot, we hide. So we're not putting ourselves in too much danger, but we are still shooting arrows, we're still farming our dragon, we're still doing damage, we might get a kill. So that's the poke phase. The whole team, it was kind of the same when the enemies were spawning over here. Let me show you. So when they were spawning and we were just shooting from here, this is poke. We're just not in a real fight, we're just shooting at enemies, trying to see if we can get a kill, trying to see if we can farm our ultimate. The second phase is the mid fight, which is in the middle of the team fight. So both teams have gotten to the point where they start shooting at each other. In this case, they have Reinhardt, so he starts smacking at our tank, and that's when we're not far away from each other. Both of the teams are in the position they want to fight in. That's the team fight. That's where majority of the deaths usually happen. So like when we were fighting on point, that would have been the team fight. After the team fight, or the mid fight, is the late fight. That's after you've been fighting for a bit of time. Usually there's a couple of deaths. It shouldn't stall out for that long, but if it happens, it happens. But the late fight is when the fight is about to end. And after that, there is the cleanup phase. So if your team gets like 2 kills or 3 kills, you generally want to kill the rest of the enemies, because 1, you get ultimate charge, and 2, you're gonna stagger them so they cannot take the next fight. They have to wait for everybody to come back to life. Finding the balance between when is it which stage of the fight is an experience thing. It's kind of difficult to explain. You kind of get used to it as you play the game. But let's see. We got a kill, they got a kill, we got another kill. This is really good. So this has been poke. Enemies were actually playing this really stupid. Our two teammates, this is the cleanup for the enemies. Our two teammates should have died. The fact that they killed one of our teammates, that's correct. But he killed one of their teammates. That's really bad for them. And then our Ana killed their soldier. That's even worse for them, because right now we have a massive advantage. You can shoot your sonar. You would see there's only 2 people on point. And then you could, in theory, just dragon this, and your team just walks in and kills the Reinhardt and Moira on point. So with the sonar, like I said, you want the information, so you should have shot it like at the window or something even earlier. You can see the point through the wall, and you can see it's right at the corner, so you want the information. You just shoot the sonar immediately. But yeah, just like I said, and you killed the Reinhardt. That's beautiful. You did get stuck on this. I hate this, but other than that, everything was fine. I wanted the sonar a little earlier, so you would have seen there were 2 people there. Then you could have used the dragon, and your team could have just pushed. But it didn't happen, so that's fine. And you tried to go back here. That's what I wanted you to do. If you had shot the dragon a little bit further back, you would have been safer, so the Moira cannot just suck you out. But the way you did this, the idea is exactly the same as what I would have done. Now you're just ignoring the Moira sonar. So this isn't bad, but because now our teammate she decided, you know what, I'm going in alone. Our Reinhardt should have been with her. Hell, we even have Ana, so this is entirely a fight that we should take, especially because their tank isn't there. But Brigitte right now just became our tank, which means she decided that this is a fight we're taking. So this would actually be worth it for you to go in and start shooting, or go up here and start shooting from here. So you see, pay attention to our team, because now they are taking this fight, but they're taking the fight without us. We could even, because you went up here, I like the idea, you just got stuck. So you went up here, you were looking for the Moira. Here you should have just sonared immediately, but since we're not going anywhere, we're not shooting at anyone, you could keep going up here like I told you about, and either shoot at them from here or go over here and take this fight. This is going to be a longer route, and you might be late to the fight, but as soon as Brigitte went in, I would have come either over here or up there and helped your team just shoot this out. So other than this point, I actually think everything else you've been doing is a lot better. I can definitely see that you have been learning. We lost our Brigitte. That's a really good shot. You see how you shot over her head with the crosshair, but because of the arch, you actually shot her in the face. It was a really beautiful shot. Even that. This is... you just won this team fight. If this was higher ranked, if your Reinhardt was actually thinking, I would have just pushed into the enemies. This is a fight that we're winning. We can definitely start killing them after this. But you see how we're just poking our head out, taking a shot, hiding back again. Poking, hiding, poking, hiding. This is poke. Your Reinhardt should not be scared. There's 2 people here and they don't have a healer. after you killed their Moira, because you lost 1 but they lost 3, so if we do the plus and the minus, you're up by 2 people, which means this is entirely cleanup. We just kill these, we get the ultimate charge for free, and we just move on with our life. See, beautiful shots. And Reinhardt goes in, so I would also go in here, just because it's the cleanup. There's no enemies. Sonar this, you can hear the Reinhardt. So, right now, this Widowmaker is really bad because this is, like I said, lower ranked. But we don't have to respect the person Relja. We have to respect the Widowmaker. She might get a lucky headshot and we just die and go back to spawn. It's the same with Hanzo when you shot the enemy Lucio, I think. You shot someone in the face. It's the exact same. We have to respect the Widowmaker, not Relja. So hiding a little bit to the left here and then poking to take shots at her, that would be the correct way to do this. Nice shot. She's sleeping. You could sonar arrow, storm arrow this. Go over here, aim the shot, take a full powered primary fire, like a normal shot, immediately press your storm arrow and just spam her out. You get this kill for free. So now she's back, you have sonar, I would just, yeah, that's a fine use for storm arrow because the enemies are not really pushing and we're just breaking the shield, but I would probably wait for the shield to start cracking before I use it, because then you're guaranteed that it's gonna break. But if you sonar on this wall, you would see how many enemies are actually here. You would see the Widowmaker is going up on high ground. Now you hear the Widowmaker on high ground. Yeah, this is fine. Just rotate out, take the health pack, and sonar the high ground. You want to see this Widowmaker. Yeah, just force her out, use your sonar. But use your sonar on the wall. But our Reinhardt is going in right now. He should not be doing this. This is not on you, this is on him. Because no one is able to go with him. Here, like I said, we respect the Widowmaker, we don't respect the player. So we want to play this safer. Back here you can even see her through the window, and then we poke and shoot. Just wait for your sonar to come up and then you threaten her by forcing her out this way. Reinhardt dying here, that's on him. So you see, just you showing that you're paying attention to her is enough that... where the hell was our Brigade? What? Why is she here? Right. That was stupid of her. Oh, that's not you. So here you... yeah. I'm not paying attention to the Widow. And you didn't actually know if there were any enemies over there. So for this case I would have saved the dragon, played back here, sonar the window so you see her, and then when the enemies go onto point, or you can see that you will actually hit enemies with your dragon, then I would use it. The idea wasn't bad, it was just the timing of the dragon that's off. So let's get back to Hanzo. Alright, a little bit back, yeah.
Moira by your side.
So you see 3 people on the payload in the top. It says 3 people are on the payload. I would sonar this before I turn around the corner. Nice shot. Yeah, you don't even have to shoot all the shots because you using Storm Arrow is going to make him scared of removing his shield. Widow's up there, sonar. Now you know they have wall hacks. You heard them use wall hacks. She should definitely be shooting at you. So we didn't actually need to be on payload. This is basically a lost fight. If we look at it from a numbers perspective, I want my mouse. Before you died, Moira died. And before Moira died, we lost our Reinhardt. So for them, this is the cleanup. They should push us all the way back to spawn and kill us. But as long as they have Widowmaker, we have to respect the character. So she wants to play up there generally, or down there. Rarely she wants to play behind the Reinhardt in this case. She might even come up from that window. And once again, she might go this way. But we did see her and hear her, and we saw her shot. It's a long red line, so we know she's here. We sonar this, so you know when she's there, and we just take a shot at the tank from this point of view. Brigitte can go on point. She has more survivability than Hanzo does. You being on point is kind of dangerous for you, and you end up dying for it. They use slam, but Widowmaker is just uncontested up there. So you see how they're just cleaning up our team. We're basically just dying one by one. They should have pushed us, and now we're 3 people alive. They could kill these 3 people and win the next fight for free. But going in with your team and using this is really good. You can sonar the wall over here. I hope you can see my mouse, otherwise let me just put a sonar here, and then you have information so you don't go around this corner blind. So if these players were better, nice, you saw the Widowmaker, that's good. Hide around the corner, because you can't actually trust your Reinhardt. Or maybe the Widow can shoot over the shield, so don't actually trust the Reinhardt. Use the corner. You know where the Widow is, so I would sonar somewhere along this bridge, because I saw her, let me show you, I saw her go this way, and then she disappeared. That means she could be down here, or she could be up here. So sonaring somewhere like in this general area is gonna tell me where the Widowmaker is. Let's see, what about this Storm Arrow? Kind of just spamming her out. That's fine. She cannot take a shot because we're doing this, so that's really good. You can use your Storm Arrow to secure kills unless you really want to threaten someone. But if you use it to secure kills, because it's a fully charged shot that deals 80 damage, so shoot someone with your primary fire, and then when they're low, like half health or something like that, you use your storm arrows, your spam arrows, to just finish them off like that. Shooting at a full health target, there's a chance you're not going to kill them, and then you have a 10-second cooldown. But now we have Widow up here, and we are out in the open. Look at the Widow's point of view. There's no way she misses this shot, you see? So we can play like back here because she's bad. We can play over here and kind of take shots like this or this. There's only even this line if we want to shoot at the Widow. But being over here is the safer bet because she cannot shoot you and you can just shoot up there. Or you can wall run up here. This is one of the better spots for Hanzo because we don't want our Reinhardt to be here. This is Reinhardt's mistake. I actually think you're doing a really good job at a macro level, like for the whole team in securing the win. But your tank is making this really hard for you. But like I said, if you just play consistent, then you're gonna get more better teammates. This is out in the open. The Widowmaker is only missing because she is stressed. She feels like, oh shit, I need to hit my shots. That's also because you're shooting at her. But you could avoid all of that by playing around this corner and making it so she doesn't get any value. Nice shot. Really nice shot. Then you killed this soldier. Yeah, just like that. That's how you do it. But just like how I told you, he just moved out of the way behind a corner. But you shoot someone, you see they're low, you spam them out with Storm Arrow. So you can just sonar this. You want to see where the enemies are before you dragon this. The dragon was really good. Generally, you want information. So the sonar would have told you where they were. Like, are they on this side of the card? Are they on this side of the card? But you saw 4 people walk in here. So using the dragon here was really good. I just wanted you to have the information from the sonar before you used it. Nice shot. So, get the information, either look... Oh. You move back, but the enemies can actually see you from here sometimes. So, playing here isn't bad, but from over here you can actually see enemies before they even come for you. You can spam out this Reinhardt, stuff like that. Take a couple of shots. If you feel threatened, you just move over here, you get healed. And if the enemies start pushing really fast, you just drop down and wall run back up. You can hide here. Pew! Pew! So... So you see this sonar, the idea is good, you want the information, but you could shoot it over there. And then you would see, because from this point of view, they would have to walk. If this is the first sonar, you see you're standing up there. So you put the sonar something like this. From this sonar, they would be spotted here, but from the other sonar, they have to walk all the way up here before they get spotted, and your Reinhardt is in the way, so they're not gonna walk up here. But the idea is good. Widows above. That was dangerous, but that's a really nice shot. So, because we have to respect the character, you have to assume where she wants to play, or assume that she's gonna be somewhere where she can see you. And it's not because we have to be like, oh shit, Widowmaker. It's just because we have to respect our own life. So you can still take these shots. You just don't want to walk into the open. You can like see her up there and it's like, oh shit, she's up there. I can shoot at the Reinhardt to help my Ryan. If I want to take a shot at the Widowmaker, I just walk out already looking at the Widowmaker, because now you know where she is. So don't be afraid of Widowmaker just because she's Widowmaker, but be ready to deal with the Widowmaker. That shot should have been led a little more, but that's experience, that's not an issue. And this is why I hate Moira, because she just jumped into your entire team and started using her ultimate. Luckily she died to Junkrat, but there was basically nothing you could have done here. The only thing would be to be in another position. Your Reinhardt is way too deep. But let's say you were up here, she jumps in, she uses her ultimate, and you're just like, lol, nope, and you just hide. She wastes her entire ultimate. Or you're back here. So if you're like, here, she uses her ultimate, you just walk back and you hide behind the boxes here. And then you're like, lol, nope, and she wastes her ultimate. But because you came from here and you were looking for where the enemies were, she just popped out of nowhere and started using ultimate in your face. But that's a Moira thing. You were a little out of position, but the aim wasn't the issue. The issue was that Moira exists. So we press tab, we see they still have Widowmaker. We look at where our team is, and we assume, okay, so it might actually be safe for me to walk out of here. So we're still on the spam comp. We don't even want to take the fight on the point, to be honest. Now the point moved forward a little bit too far, but we could just be spamming like here, go up here and take a shot. We'll see the Widowmaker, she doesn't expect this. But our Junkrat wants to play like back here or shoot through this door. Sure, Brigitte can stay here, but Bab as well, like he wants to be way back here and heal the team, maybe even on these boxes. And Orisa kind of wants to stay here and shoot at the enemies. We don't want to take the fight on the point. We want to spam them out and possibly kill them before they even get close to us. You saw the red line. You know exactly where Widowmaker is. She's standing behind the point. You heard her up above you. So immediately sonar this. Because you heard her footsteps. Immediately sonar this. Oh no, that's unfortunate. Okay, that kill on the soldier, because you saw he was low, you take the first shot, you see he's low, and you just immediately press Storm Arrow. Actually, it's on cooldown. But that would be a situation where using Storm Arrow would make sense. One moment, sorry. So let's see, we respawn. You still heard the Widow, but because you don't actually know where she is, and because your teammates don't tell you where she is, I would sonar this right here, boom, immediately. As soon as I came out, I would sonar this. Even if I came from this corner, I would like, I am a little higher ranked, so I assume Widowmaker is gonna shoot me as soon as I show out. So I'm gonna swing this, no shots, swing this, just to check if she's... First swing is to check if she's here. Second swing is to check if she's here. If she doesn't shoot me or I don't see her in any of these cases, I would sonar here from this edge or sonar there from this door. That way you see the Widowmaker and you're ready for her, so you can just come up here and wall run up here, shoot her in the face. Because you want information, and Widowmaker is dangerous. Relja is kind of bad, but Widowmaker is dangerous. So you see, she's still above us. She should have shot someone in the back. And now you hear her. She shot from behind us. The Storm Arrow was a little preemptive, because when you popped it, you didn't actually see any enemies like this. Then you walked in. When you use Storm Arrow to secure kills, you want to be able to secure the kills. Second shot from the Widowmaker. That was a really good shot on the Reinhardt soldier. I don't know if you could hear it, but I could hear it. Reinhardt was walking on the right side. So we should be ready for him and be ready to walk back a little bit, because he's probably gonna show up in our face. Really nice shot. Don't walk off, don't walk off. Alright. But we saw the red line from the Widowmaker coming across our screen like this. So she's up there. Remember, she just needs one lucky shot and you go back to spawn. But you see how the shield was completely cracked? That's a time when you could use Storm Arrow to finish off his shield. You saw the Moira come in here. This is something people should do. But when you see her come out of her fade, she should be your priority target, because she has to die. She has no way of escaping. It's the same with your jump. Oh. Unfortunate. So we're coming out again, and you see, this is exactly what I was talking about. This time Widowmaker is right here. She's not looking at you. What is she looking at? What is she looking at? But she should have been looking at this door. So you come out here and she takes a shot at you. This is why you want to get ready for her to shoot at you. And if she doesn't shoot, you shoot the sonar up to that window. So we missed her. But with the sonar you would have seen her. So for the dragon, because we want to split up the enemies, you see them walk to the left, but this, shooting here, they have a chance that they can just walk out. But if we shoot it slightly more on this side, like this, we might get the Moira, but this Reinhardt will then be stuck. Either he has to walk through the dragon and die, or we can just go over and kill him. But the idea is really good. It's just the position of the dragon that's off. Look at this. So by the time we decide to shoot, we see them moving to the side. So I would shoot it like towards our Brigida. You see? So he did walk back into it. That's really nice. You did a lot of damage to him. But in order to split him off, we want to stop him from going back to his team. We didn't actually see anyone else. We just saw Moira and Reinhardt. So this would be a cleanup. We don't need the dragon. We don't need ultimates to clean up. We should just shoot them until they die. And that would be a thing you would know if you use sonar. You would see there's only 2 people on point. Now you heard Widowmaker shoot at you.
30 seconds.
So you see, the Widowmaker is really bad, but nice shot.
Unerring precision.
But the chance that Widowmaker, just like you shot her in the face, you could die in one shot. So that's why we want to care about this Widowmaker. So Brigitte is up there and she's not being shot at. That means there's not a lot of enemies. So walking up here is fine, but now we see Moira. We saw Moira. As soon as she popped out, I would shoot at her and then pop Storm Arrow to stop her from using her ultimate like this. But we're up here, sonar, so you can see this Reinhardt and the soldier. You want information. Bab should be healing you. Nice, really good shot, and now you die. Bab should have been healing you, but because we walked up here, we don't actually see how many people are up there, because we didn't use sonar, so this area is dangerous, and then we decide to turn our back to the enemies. So you didn't even see the Reinhardt coming for you. You could have leapt, like jump and... Oh, wrong way, wait. So you jump and jump to the side. You would have ducked his pin, but we didn't look at it.
10 seconds remaining.
So we actually made that kill very easy for the Reinhardt. But we come back, sonar, we want to know where the enemies are. Really good. They didn't have time. But we want to know where the enemies are, so the sonar should have been a little sooner. But other than that, yeah, I can definitely see that you improved. As for sonar, as I've talked about a couple of times, I'm just going to summarize. You can use it when the shield is about to die, or if you want to spam out the tank when he's low. You can use it to secure kills. So if you hit a primary fire and the enemy is kind of in the open, or you think you can hit them before they get behind cover, then you can hit the body shot at like a mid-range, short range, and then immediately use your storm arrows to kill them. Your sonar, you want to use it to get information, so you still want it to come out a little sooner so you know what you're dealing with. Because walking into the blind, let's say this Widowmaker was better, I have to sneeze. I'm sorry. Let's say the Widowmaker was better, if you walk into the blind she just shoots you. Maybe Reinhardt was fire striking and you walk around the corner and you just eat a fire strike. or soldier shot his helix rocket. You walk around the corner and you just eat a rocket. That's why you want to kind of be careful. If you're the first person to turn a corner, you want the information. So using sonar arrow is gonna take away some of the disadvantages from you. And position wise, it's definitely better. I even see like you're staying alive a lot more, like you said, which is good because your life is the most important for your character. But you're also getting a lot more value. You're actually playing the game now, and you have a say in the team. You were a part of winning this match. You were definitely putting a lot of pressure on the enemy tank. You were getting a lot of really good kills in the poke phase, so the enemies cannot take a proper fight. So that's really good. Getting used to when it's dangerous for you to be in a position and when you should start falling back, especially if the enemies start pushing you, or if you're standing with your team and the enemy starts pushing your team. That's generally a good sign that it's about to be dangerous for you. But that's an experience thing called game sense. It happens if you just keep playing the game. And yeah, for your dragons, you want to know where the enemies are when you're using it. So the uses of your dragons, I think, have been okay. I don't want to say anything about them. But for how you decide to use it, you want the information. Splitting off the enemies is a totally fine use of the dragon. Stopping up the choke is a totally fine use of the dragon, but shooting it without having any information, you don't actually know if you're shooting it at the correct position of the enemies or if you're just wasting your dragon. You can make up for that by using sonar, or if you actually see people, then you can split them up. Other than that, yeah, just keep learning, try experimenting. You are, especially in low ranks, you're basically free to make mistakes and do whatever you want. So go sightseeing, try out different abilities, you can even try like a challenge to yourself. The only kills you're going for are kills with storm arrow, so you start realizing what you think works and what you think doesn't work. Get comfortable, start thinking for yourself and feeling out like what's working for you. You can definitely do that. All right.